The old man in Ward 6 disappeared on a Thursday morning. Bed 2 was empty by the time I came in for my shift that night. The oxygen machine was gone. The chair by the bed had been moved back into place. Fresh sheets. A new chart. Too clean. I asked the nurse what happened. Transferred, she said quickly. She didn't look at me. Where to? I asked. She paused. I'm not sure. I checked the records. Bed 2 discharged at 2:15 a.m. The time made my stomach tighten. That was 12 minutes after I saw the car leave the garage. I closed the file and stood there longer than necessary. During my patrol, I saw the doctor again. Same calm walk. Same polite nod. This time, he wasn't wearing gloves. On his wrist was a bracelet. Dark leather. Small metal clasp. My heart skipped. I followed him down the corridor, my steps slower than usual. He entered his office. I waited. When he stepped out a few minutes later, I went inside. The room smelled of disinfectant and coffee. On his desk, beside a stack of files, lay a bracelet. The same one. I stood there, confused. If the bracelet was here, then what had I seen in the garage? My radio crackled, breaking the silence. Security, return to post. I walked out without touching anything. That night, I couldn't bring myself to write. I stared at my notebook, the empty page accusing me. I wanted certainty. I had none. The next morning, management sent an internal message. A third patient has been reported missing. Staff are advised to cooperate fully. No police this time. Just silence. As I signed out, one thought followed me home. Someone was removing patients and making sure no one could prove it.
He needed a job. Not the truth. Everyone trusted him, but someone was watching. This is the night guard.
After the third patient disappeared, the hospital changed its tone. No announcements. No meetings. Just quiet instructions to stay professional. People stopped asking questions. I noticed nurses lowering their voices when I walked past. Files disappearing faster than usual. Doors being locked earlier at night. It felt like the building was holding its breath. On my break, I sat with Sadiq, one of the other night guards. He had been here longer than me. He knew the place. Have you noticed anything strange? I asked carefully. He looked around before answering. You're not the first to ask, he said. My chest tightened. What do you mean? He leaned closer. 2 years ago, a guard tried to report missing patients. He was transferred the next week. Transferred where? Sadiq shook his head. Nobody knows. Later that night, as we patrolled different wings, I felt eyes on me. Every time I turned, the corridor was empty. At 2 a.m., I saw the doctor speaking quietly with management near the elevators. When they noticed me, the conversation stopped. The doctor smiled. Management didn't. On my final patrol, I checked the parking garage. The dark SUV was there. Engine cold. Trunk closed. Sadiq's voice crackled through the radio. You seeing this too? He asked. Seeing what? I replied. There was a pause. Never mind, he said quickly. By morning, I hadn't written a single word. Fear had replaced curiosity. As I left the hospital, I understood something clearly for the first time. Watching was no longer enough. And speaking might cost me everything.
Needed a job. Not the truth. Everyone trusted him, but someone was watching. This is the night guard.